All right. Are you here? It's good to see you. Monday Night Live and stuff. Thanks for showing up. Good to see you. For sure. All right. So let's get jiggy with it. What's going on? What's up, Joe Mama? What's up, Pete? I just sent out a flash flood warning. Hi, Robert Wallace. How's the front yard garden going? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, good to see you. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for coming. DJ Billy. Awesome, brother. Awesome. So I sent out a teaser a little earlier. I sent out a teaser and was talking a little bit about that I had something I wanted to talk about tonight. And the truth is that that's true. And I will talk about that. But not before we get the chat filled up with whoever's coming. So say hello to everybody. It's good to see you on this beautiful Monday night. I love Mondays. It just occurred to me that there's Monday night football, but I didn't put me on because I don't think about football. So there's that. So you guys all buckled in, got your work week started, got everything going. Food stamps here. I love it. Swear to God I do. Food stamp. We're not talking about anything yet, food stamp. You got something we can bring up, we can talk about? I got something I'm going to cover, that's for sure. That's for sure. Yeah, let me shut these devices off. Get on in here. See what you guys are saying. My beard is, Joe Mama, a little bit. Yeah, my beard is. My hair, though, that used to be up here, that was all brown, solid brown, and it's crazy because it was as thick as anything you could imagine. The girls that used to cut my hair, I say girls because it happened more than once, but not less than 4 times probably, where they would try to take too much of the hair and cut it, and it would slip off of the hair, and they would like nick themselves. So apparently, that's a thing that happens when you cut hair, and that's how thick that shit was. I don't know what happened. It done left me. It went off my body. So I was thinking about it. You know what? It's not often that I talk about a live stream that I've done, but I would. I happened to catch last night's live stream a little earlier, and I was thinking to myself, what could I really cover and say that I didn't say in that live stream? What could I even do? Man, I went from A to Z on the entire spectrum of that live stream last night, which I guess is slowly becoming my MO, is that I just gush every night, I guess. But there's something specific I wanted to talk about, and it's not scary. It's not anything really of importance, other than a thought that I had, and it was the very real thought that, are you okay if Q never comes back? I would want to ask you all that question. Are you okay with how everything's going if we actually don't hear from Q again? That's what I'm curious about. It's already been like almost 2 months or 2 months, but we've had reasons why Q hasn't come back, right? 8chan took the board down, it all went down. There's been talk that there's a new board that's starting under the name 8kun, the number 8, and then KUN, 8kun. But would you be okay if we didn't get another drop again from Q? Would you be all right with that? And I guess I'll save my answer for last, or what I perceive to be last. I see a lot of very, very, very fine answers in the chat. I see many great answers in the chat, I'm not going to lie. Y'all woke. Y'all woke, sucker. Y'all woke. Not going to lie. I love the answers in the chat. I guess that means we're in the right place. All the cameras are on. We're recording live. I guess we're in the right place. We're in the right place. A woke brand of people that are sick and tired of being sick and tired of dealing with people that lie to our faces. That's what we are. Listen, if I had to categorize us all as one thing, I would say we're pretty tolerant. We're probably quick to forgive. We're probably quick to believe what you have to tell us until you prove yourself not to be. We trust in people in general, and we allow them to expose themselves before we make any major decisions in life. I don't know. That's how I'd categorize us. That's me personally, anyway, even if it's not you. That's how I am. So you got my breakdown of me. That's pretty much how I am. But I, you know, I think it makes for a better bottom line when it comes to discernment, when you're talking about things like future proving past and things that make sense. Cross T's, dot I's within the Q movement. Within the 2 years. By the way, it is after midnight, but yesterday, and for you on the West Coast, it's still today. Happy birthday, Q. I never thought much to pay attention to this, but the 28th was officially the first Q drop 2 years ago. And I got that wrong actually in the live stream last night or the night before. I don't quite remember, but I had said that November was going to be the 2 year, whatever, since Q drops. I got it wrong. I was off. I forgot. But it's yesterday / today for some of you. And it's amazing for me to think, because if you want to put time in a bubble and think about how fast time goes by, for me, one indicator of how quick time goes by is that 2 years ago today, I was starting to learn about Q. And as I went into the holidays, I was learning more and more about Q. And as I went in through Christmas holidays, late season holidays, New Year's, all of that, and I got through January, I got through a birthday, and continued to learn about Q. And then I got into February and continued to learn about Q. And then I got into March, and I finally found my voice. A year and a half ago, about, is when I started this channel. A year and a half ago. That, for me, looking at how fast time goes by, is huge to me. That it was a year and a half ago that I started doing this channel and started first speaking to you people and went on my first live streams and gave interviews and all that. And you knew at that point in time that I had immersed myself into the Q movement. Most of you, not all of you, but most of you heard what I had to say about the movement. And it wasn't me. I don't ever want to take credit and say I'm something. I'm not. I've told you many times. I'm simply something that takes in information, I shake it up, and I let it fall where it is, and I just give my take on it. But you know, it's been awesome. It's been an awesome ride, and I could be 100% wrong. That's what's crazy. When this is all said and done, I could be 100% wrong. Do I think I am? No. Do I think there's a chance? Not really. That we could be wrong about this. Is there a sliver that we could be? Honestly, no. No. That's what's beautiful about this. There's not even a sliver of hope that could disprove everything that we have altered our lives in a lot of ways. Altered, maybe not to a point where you would think, oh, it hasn't changed or affected my life. It's affected your life. Believe it. If you've been following this and you've been letting it build inside of you and you let it become your voice or your story in whatever capacity, it's affected your life. And it's affected your relationships. And most of you, I don't even have to tell that to you. It's affected my relationships. Many. But there are things that are bigger. There are truths that are bigger than any of that. And for that, we just have to put down our mercy on people and say, listen, they'll just, I don't want to get biblical. They say, God forgive them for they don't know what they do. All right, well, that was a guy talking about getting fucking stoned. All right, so this is quite a bit different. But God, forgive them for what they won't research, what they won't try to let into them. Forgive them for their ignorance. I suppose that's maybe the message of that biblical story. And he's like, shit, they got stones. Not good. It's not good. Not good at all. So let me get back to what I was going to say is that I asked how you would feel if Q left and never came back. And what I really wanted to do is address how I would feel. And I may have addressed this at other live streams. I might have. But honestly, this is like a quarterback handing off the truth football to a running back that has nothing but clear daylight ahead of them. If the quarterback is Q and hands it off to a running back, which is Trump, and the field is wide open and there's nothing to do but go forward and beat the shit out of these people along the way and make them pay, then I think that's the stage we're at. This isn't only about bringing the deep state down. I'm learning this. I mean, it's fully about bringing the deep state down. Don't get that mixed up with what I'm saying. This isn't only about bringing the deep state down. This is about inflicting the most awful mind fuck you could do to somebody while you take away their soul. Because these people took so much from so many, more than we honestly could comprehend. They they treated mankind, our brothers and sisters in the human race, like cattle, like sheep, like the sheep that we are slash were. We are not sheep anymore. None of us. And maybe you looked at yourself and said, I haven't considered myself a sheep for a really, really long time. It doesn't matter. Because no matter how awake you were before all this went down, it got heightened by a level like DEFCON 10 to the next level of being awakened. That's what's happened within this Q movement. It recalibrates every conspiracy nut and takes them past their conspiracy to a level that says, not only is this not a conspiracy theory, it's a straight up conspiracy. And people have been playing shenanigans and things have been going on. And the mere fact that we're talking about this right now proves that we don't need another Q drop to happen. Q, I was thinking about this. Q may be written about one day as a misnomer, a blip within the great cause to take back a republic from a democratic narrative. It could be. And Q never gets a soundbite in the rest of humanity. I don't think that'll be the case. I think for the sanctity of the United States government, it's very important that this Q movement does not come out and continue to live on. I really truly believe that. I think what Q has done has been phenomenal. Does it? And I think does it offer a chance to cast a little bit of a cloud over what's been going on? It does. It takes away the narrative from all of the crimes against humanity, the crimes against children, the crimes. It takes away from it if we pin our hopes and dreams on a Q. So I think it will get its said due in the subtitles in humanity. But I don't think that the Trump administration, nor should they, ever allow these two things to come together, were the plays of Trump and the drops that were done by Q. I don't think that should ever be allowed to be married together. It makes it so much better, also, that it's not. It makes it so much better. Would you agree? Maybe you don't. Maybe you have a different opinion on it. But I think it lends so much more credence to the truth movement to not have these two actually be proven to be together. There's been enough proofs for the people that are awake to understand that we don't need any more proof. So why put it out there in the ether? People are awake. And they're really awake, like you. You will simply carry this burden of truth on your shoulders and correct people as they wake up. It's going to get much easier as the months go by, as time goes by, as we get through the next election. It's going to be much clearer when you walk into a diner showing my age, walk into a diner and you hear a couple people going, I just don't understand. Well, understand that they're probably 2 or 3 years behind you in the understanding movement. But there will be a platform at that certain time for you to be able to say, listen, what you're saying makes sense, but this is how things used to be and this is how we got here. There's just going to be those platforms. And you have to be available to talk to people because there will come a time when they will come asking you for answers. They really will. They really, really will. That's an opinion. Don't quote me. Don't sacrifice me if I'm wrong, but it may already be happening. It could be. What I am very excited for is where this is going. Now, some of you may not know this, but there used to be a show on cable called Court TV. They used to get into the courtroom and watch the questioning and the cross examinations, and they would do it on all of these cases that people weren't exposed to. You know, people used to love Perry Mason. People used to love Law and Order, and maybe still do, but this was real life. And they were convicting people and they were offering an argument, and the argument was given, and there were juries, but eventually it flamed out until about a year ago or 6 months ago. And for some reason, it got revived that, yeah, we're going to bring this back onto TV. Somebody was offered a drop and knew what was coming. What the American people and part of the Great Awakening is going to be is it's going to be putting these treasonous bastards on trial right in front of America. And it's not going to be all this dog and pony show that you're used to seeing. It's not going to be the O.J. Simpson trial. It's not going to be any of that. We're talking military tribunals. Black and white. Here's the evidence. What's your rebuttal? You have a appointed lawyer. So anything that you have to say it now. And these people are going to hang if they don't commit suicide and if they don't flee and get caught. James Comey said that he's going to move to New Zealand if Trump gets reelected in 2020. Okay, on its face, who cares? But when you dig deeper, you realize that New Zealand was one of the Five Eyes nations. They are an ally of the United States, and they received a shitload of money through Hillary Clinton and the Clinton Foundation. And all of the deep state is setting up bunkers and all that shit over in New Zealand and have been for many, 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 many years. This has been in the works. There's many rabbit holes that you could go down from this point going forward with explaining that they are moving to New Zealand. But let's just go down the most prudent rabbit hole and talk about the Great Awakening and talk about the fact that these people are going to go through military tribunals. They're ballsy. I'll give them that. They're very ballsy. So ballsy. These people. These people are actually insane. They are insane people. Joe Mama's just listening. That's cool. Everybody's still here. Everybody's just listening. You know what? I see that a lot in the chat when I go back to rewatch one of my shows. Nobody's really saying nothing. And a couple of you at times have said, we're just listening, Bill. And it's like, okay, cool. I get it. I totally get it. So there's a lot coming up, guys, in our future, our immediate future. There's so much. God, my eyes are driving me nuts. I'm not gonna lie. My eyes are driving me crazy. I might have to end the live stream because light is ticking off and something. There's something going on. It's weird. It's probably the deep state shooting like a laser weapon at me. Quit telling the truth. Stop looking at me like that. Enough of that nonsense. God, so the next few days, oh my God, my eyes are driving me nuts. What's the next few days going to bring? Seriously. I think it's going to be pretty damn incredible. This week coming up, on Thursday, Halloween, the Democrats are going to hold their impeachment vote, it sounds like, or at least plead their case to why they should be able to continue the impeachment inquiry. This thing is falling apart quicker than anything that could fall apart in the history of falling apart. They've lost any momentum that they have going after Trump. All of it's gone. It's gone. 100% gone. Their momentum is gone. Checkmate. This next week should be incredible. The next 4 weeks should be insane. All I know about the plan is that it's going to play out the way it was intended to play out. And we're not going to rest, or at least this bald guy ain't going to rest on his own understanding to what it means. I'm awake, and that's good enough for me. And I mentioned it the other night. I'm tired, but damn it, not when I think about the president. Keep in mind, this is not a show that he's gone through before. He's living through all these emotions as we speak, the same way we are. We are byproducts of what goes on, and that's what we get, is the remnants of the truth. He's going through this. He knows the plays. He knows where they have him. He knows all the moves. And so do the other people within the Q movement. There's a reason Q said, you're watching a movie. It's because they got him by the fucking balls. And no, I've said that in the last few streams. But they do. They got him by the fucking balls. They got him. They killed al-Baghdadi. He's done. Shortly after Pelosi and Schiff visited the region on a ceasefire. Could it have been a trap to set up al-Baghdadi? Could it have been Trump and Pelosi and Schiff trying to out al-Baghdadi to the president as like a show of leniency because we know the shit's coming down? We don't know the answers to any of these questions. We don't. All we know is that we got him as a result of that ceasefire and as a result of somebody visiting him somewhere. Ilhan Omar could probably say it best. Someone visited him somewhere, and then he got blown the fuck up. Yeah, that's what happened, Ilhan. I'm so tired of the left stream media, though. I can tell you that. They are the ones that are nauseating and just expound so much energy for the absolute filth they spew out of their stations. They're the worst. They're the worst. They're not even close to being any kind of reputable television station. And a good lot of the people on Fox News are right there with them. But there are patriots within Fox News, and I don't know why the deal works that they're allowed to speak their mind, but maybe it's the law of the universe or something that when you're fighting yourself against the devil, they can't take your entire platform. So, for whatever reason, there's information that gets out on Fox News that, oh my God, I hope the people understand. The world's already awake. The things that are dropping on Fox News are not people of France and Great Britain and Italy. It's not news to Vladimir Putin. It's not news to Kim Jong Un. They've been watching the puppet show in America for many years. They have watched, we have been their show, if you really want to think about it. We as Americans have been their live stream television because they have watched how our government absolutely manipulated and dumped all over us for so many years. And they look at themselves. Why do you think the term Americans are so stupid? What's a key component to many of the things that Q has said against the deep state? These people are stupid. The American people were put asleep through witchcraft, through television programming, through many, many things. Were put asleep. Most of us have been freed from that. Most. Most. All right, guys. Yeah, I'll keep going. Why not? I'm gonna grab a beer. I'll be right back. Yes, hang on. I'll put on a song. Just for a little bit, though. I'm only going for a little bit more. Just a few. Oh, I know it. No, it's not our movement. Don't worry. Leave that to the next. Yeah, I'll be right back. So I kind of ranted. So I'll kind of jump in the chat, I guess, for the last 10 minutes or so, maybe 15. We'll see. We'll just kind of talk a little bit. If you guys have something to say, I'll try to answer the best I can. Then it's good. You guys are giving much love to each other. I love that. I love that. I love seeing that. That's so good. There's so many great people in this chat, and there just are. There's just high quality individuals. So many great people. This beer is so cold. I have to warm it up with my hands a little bit. Everybody ready for Halloween? What are you guys dressing up as? I'm gonna be nothing, but I will hand out candy because we do. It's kind of fun. It's amazing. There's not gonna be any kids of ours that are anywhere. It's been a couple years now, so it's all right. We'll give it to the little ones. Did any of you happen to catch, by the way, the stream they did today with Donald Trump and Melania handing out candy to, they must have been kids of like parents in Congress, as they walked up and got their candy? Did you guys watch that at all? If you didn't, do a quick YouTube search and watch it. By 10 minutes, I was crying. I was laughing. These kids have no idea, most of them, who they're even meeting or talking to. And they're looking at the candy bars, and it's like, here's Trump handing you a candy bar. And these kids are turning around looking at their parents. They are oblivious. If that was any one of you, you'd like grab that candy bar, you'd be like, high five, selfie. I mean, these kids, if I were to say that something could humble somebody for what, take you down a peg, I would say that kids at Halloween could take you down that peg. You have to watch that video. It's the funniest shit I've ever seen. I was laughing out loud in the garage having a cigarette. Sorry, but I was. And my wife came out and said, "Are you coughing?" And I'm like, "No, I am laughing." These kids, some of them just ghosted him. His reactions are the funniest shit ever. His reactions are the funniest things ever. They're fantastic. What are you guys talking about in the chat? All right, I said I'm going to keep it to the chat for the last 10 minutes, and I'm not. I'm doing very bad. Oh. Why can't she chat back at me? Why can't she? D? Did she text me? Why can't she chat? Oh shit, I got a bunch. Okay. Look at you guys. Oh. Really, Mel? Your comments are disappearing? That's insane. But she says Trump has been the mouthpiece. Agreed. I agree with that. That's a nice dish you got there, Mr. Wallace. What, that looks like Fruity Pebbles and ice cream? Uh, Maybe Neapolitan ice cream? Or just chocolate and vanilla? That looks so good. That looks amazing, to tell you the truth. I hope it's yours. Be safe. Holy moly, that's multiple personality ice cream. Oh my god, you guys are all over this chat. It's so nice to see you. Her chat's not working. I'm so sorry, Mel. Is anybody going live after I shut down, which is going to be very soon? And if you do go on, I will probably be good for like 10 minutes, and then I need to go to bed. But, no, I'm sorry, Mel. I know. I'm sorry you can't chat. I'm only doing it at the end though. So there's that. Yeah, that looks super good. Robert Williams, that looks so good. All right, guys. So I don't know if you have anything else, but eyes open. There's a lot coming about right now within reality. Things are playing out right before our eyes. I say it all the time. I'm so sorry. I'm like a broken record, but that's where my focus is. That's where I'm at. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm watching it play out. You are seeing panic in DC and everywhere abroad. There's panic. And soon, in one way or another, these people are going to pay the toll for what they've done, for what they're affiliated with. They're going to pay the toll. For some of them, that will be Guantanamo Bay for the rest of their lives. For some of them, it will be maybe a public execution. For some of them, they may just get out living in shame the rest of their lives where they're cut off from society because that's how woke people are. They are woke. We'll see how it plays out, but it's all happening. It's all coming. It's all going down. Do you see it? I know you do. I do too. I know you do. You have to. It's so there. And on top of all this, there's minor carpet bombs going off. Like it looks like Lieutenant General Michael Flynn, that's a three-star general, might get let off because of his lawyer, Sidney Powell. Because so many discrepancies have been brought up within how actually the FBI colluded to fabricate his stories. And it's all out in the open now. I mean, if you're not hip to what I'm saying right now about the 302s being manipulated by the FBI, a 302 is a form that is written by the FBI after they investigate somebody. It's their best recollection of what happened in the interview. Wrote down on February 10th, the 302 read one way. On February 11th, there was an addendum attached to the 302, which was written by Lisa Page from the Strzok and Page affair. And that is what implicated him into actually taking like the guilty plea, was their manipulation into the 302, which is a no-no. It's a nay-nay. You can't do that. So the jig is up. The jig is up. They're caught. The deep state is caught on every front, on every level. They're about to go down, you guys. Enjoy the freaking ride. I am. Till I see you next time, be cool. Don't forget to pray. Be awesome to everybody. Best you can. And uh, yeah, I'll see you soon. You guys be cool.